Hey, what up, everybody? This is Stevie Breach coming to you here tonight, watching NXT, and off to a great start with a big, huge surprise. This is the February 18th edition of NXT, and we saw none other than Rhyno make his return to the WWE. It has been developmental. There has been talk about it. I honestly saw a lot of tweets about Rhyno being at NXT tonight, but I didn't think this was live, so I was really surprised to see that he was out there doing this. He came to the ring to a huge response. People knew who he was right off of that theme music right away, and as soon as he got to the ring, you could see the ecstatically how much joy he had that he was back in front of this crowd that really wanted to see him wrestle. That was really surprised to see it. I thought that was the best part about the whole match, was just actually seeing how happy he was to doing what he did. I mean, like, this is a guy that came up through ECW and had a whole bunch of eyes on him. It as being the he came in and he, as a rookie, won the ECW Television Championship, and then he also won the ECW World Championship. He was the last World ECW Champion before the company closed in 2001, and of course then he would show up during the TLC when it was the Dudleys versus the Hardys versus Edge and Christian coming down, being a part of Edge and Christian. I'm sure that if you've seen or read the Edge books or the Edge DVDs, you saw that these guys were really close as they wrestled the Canadian Indies, as you guys were breaking in and sort of getting into the business. Edge, Christian, and Rhyno were truly all friends. Of course, Spike Dudley would come in and help out the Dudleys, and then Lita was there to help the Hardy Boys because of the Lita and Matt Hardy connection and the Team Extreme, sort of making it almost into a 9-person ladder match, and it was really crazy. And then Rhyno had a good career, nothing really that spectacular. He was always sort of that mid-card guy. I can never think of him ever really getting into the main event scene for WWF. And then at WrestleMania, he and his wife got into a fight at the WrestleMania hotel in the lobby. Where it was said that Rhyno grabbed a vase and smashed it on the floor. This happened to be in front of Stephanie McMahon, and he was fired the next day. From there, he would sit out on the sideline for a while before going and making that jump, going over to TNA. And then for TNA, he really never jumped into the main event scene. But the one memorable thing I can remember more than anything was them taking shots at ECW or WWECW. Starting up and not being able to do it with Rhyno because, Rhyno was under contract to TNA, and he held a bag up, which he said, contained the last ECW world title, and he's saying, how can you restart ECW when you don't have the championship? And then he threw it into a fiery trash can, sort of burning the remembrance of ECW, and the shots were fired. The two shows, I believe, were going up head to head, or maybe just an hour separated. I think at that time ECW on Sci-Fi and TNA Impact Wrestling were both on Thursday nights, I believe, and then they were going up, so they were sort of having this mini war that was going on. Of course, once he found his release from TNA when they stopped using him, he went to Ring of Honor and had some mild success there. He's sort of the first guy to really lots of people have worked for all three, but sort of be able to leave the WWF or WWE and then sort of work your way through those other places and then find your way back to it. Very few guys get to do it, but it is cool to see Rhyno have his return to NXT and see what he can do from here on out. I don't know who the hell that guy he killed. I wanted to see him gore him right out of the bat and just get the pin like that, but he did get the win in under a minute. So maybe they're going to be using him to go up against a Baron Corbin, or then use him against, I don't know, Bull Dempsey's kind of dead to me after all the Corbin matches, but we'll see what they do. But hopefully there's a bright future for him up ahead.